everyone! Welcome to my very first YouTube video. If you're coming from my TikTok, you know that I make very short clips on how I make Roblox accessories, but I don't get the chance to explain everything. So in this video, I'm slowing things down and showing you how I texture for Roblox on Substance Painter. Let's get started. Just a quick note, Substance Painter costs $25 a month, but it does come with a free 1-month trial, which is great for practicing. I'll post a link below to Adobe's website. Before we open Substance Painter, let's make sure our model is ready. In Blender, once your accessory is modeled and UV'd, export your low poly mesh as an FBX or OBJ. Low poly just means optimized version of your model, the one you'll actually use in Roblox. If you also have a high poly version of your mesh, that's the more detailed version that you've sculpted on for extra detail. If you do have a high poly, export it separately and make sure it's named clearly for baking later. If you don't have a high poly, that's completely fine. You can still follow along with everything in this video. Now let's bring our model into Substance Painter. Go to File, then New Project. This is where you'll import your low poly mesh. For the document resolution, I usually set this to 1024. Once everything looks good, click OK. Before we texture, we need to bake. Baking is when we take detail from a high poly model and fake it onto the low poly using texture maps. Do this step even if you don't have a high poly model. To bake, go to Texture Set Settings, then click Bake Mesh Maps. Here, you will import your high poly models and set the cage to distance based. Once everything looks good, click Bake. If you don't have a high poly model, just enable Use Low Poly Mesh as High Poly Mesh and bake. That was a tongue twister. Now that everything is baked, we can finally start texturing. The first thing I do is separate my mesh into different groups based on the color I want. Make sure you name each group to keep everything organized. For each group, I add a fill layer and set the base color I want for that part. Then, I add a mask so I can paint each section without affecting the rest of the model. To do this, right-click the group and add a black mask. Then use Polygon Fill and set it to Mesh Fill so you can select the parts you want visible. Repeat this process for each group. Once all the masks are set up, I focus on working in the base color. At this point, the base color looks pretty plain, which is normal. To bring out the details from the high poly sculpt, I use bake maps like curvature inside the base color. To do so, you add a fill layer and set its base color to the curvature map. Then add a levels adjustment and tweak it to your liking. Finally, here you'll change the blending mode to soft light and lower the opacity to blend everything naturally. After that, I start hand painting details using a drawing tablet. I usually work on multiple layers and adjust blending modes so I can slowly build up depth. This part of the process is way easier with a tablet. I get asked a lot about what tablet I use. I've listed a few tablet options I recommend in my Amazon storefront under 3D Modeling Essentials. There you'll find Huon tablets at different price points, depending on what you're looking for. If you're serious about texturing or sculpting, a tablet is honestly one of the best upgrades you can make. And here's the final result of my hand painting on the base color map. Now I want to push the blade a bit further and give it a more realistic, reflective look. To do that, I switch back to the material view and drag a metallic material onto just the blade. At this point, reflections depend heavily on the environment. So I cycle through different environments until I find one that gives me the reflection I like. Once I'm happy with how it looks, I'm ready to export. To export, go to File, then Export Textures. Under Output Template, select 2D View. Choose where you want to export your textures, then export. I export one 2D view of the base color and another 2D view of the reflective blade. In another program like Photoshop, I combine the two. I use the reflective blade from the metal version and the base color texture for everything else. And that's it. If you want more long-form Roblox tutorials like this, feel free to subscribe. All the tools I mentioned, including my tablet recommendations, are linked below. Thanks for watching.